Today we'll talk about the power of resonance. Resonance is the physical vibration of your vocal folds through your body. When you produce your voice without constriction, resonance produces vibrations in different parts of the body as you express different energies such as determination or empathy. Discovering how to use resonance opens the way to being able to express yourself powerfully and influentially. Experience how vibration resonance works with this little experiment. Hold a rubber band loosely between your thumb and forefinger and pluck it. In the flabby state, it makes no sound. Then loop the band over your thumb, little finger, stretch it out. As you stretch and when you pluck, it makes a pinging sound, more resonant, fairly quiet. Finally, stretch the rubber band across the top, around the bottom of a fairly steep-sided bowl. Rest the bowl on a hard surface and pluck the band with a concave shape. You hear a sound that is considerably louder and more musical. That's resonance, when you have music and loudness in your sound, in your voice. The strings of a violin stretch across the instrument's hollow body work in a similar way to a taut rubber band stretched across a bowl. The strings are fixed, leaving the body of the violin free to vibrate. These vibrations will produce the warm, powerful sound of the instrument called resonance. Power of these beautiful sounds were enhanced by his vast bulk. Another great singer, Maria Callas, sacrificed some of her rich vocal tone when she lost a considerable number of pounds to look more like a consumptive heroine. In order for resonance to happen, your body needs to be free and flexible, and your mind and emotions must permit you to express what's going on. If either of those are not provided in the right place, the natural process is disrupted and you experience vocal problems. When you produce your voice with freedom, every part of your body, the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions, the impulse, they affect the resonance in such a way that your voice expresses varying combinations of these energies with extraordinary subtlety. Actors, because they train their voices, have bigger pitch range than most people. Every new part demands something different from the voice. The great British actor Laurence Olivier frequently rose to the challenge. When he accepted the part of Othello, he decided that something exceptional was needed from his voice. He undertook a period of intensive preparation. He went into body work to give himself greater muscle tone and strength, and voice work to lower his voice. People who heard him in the part remarked upon how deep his voice was. He succeeded in adding several notes to his lower range. Incidentally, reports said that Olivier warmed up his voice for the role by bellowing at a herd of cows for an hour. Different parts of your body come into play when producing different pitches. The chest is normally used for the low sounds, the throat, the palate, the teeth, and the jaw for the middle sounds, and the sinuses, the cheekbones, the nose, and the upper sinuses and skull for the higher sounds. These are the transitions. When you state something that you believe to be true and you want to share your belief, your voice naturally vibrates in your chest. Put your hand on your chest and breathe in. As you breathe out, settle into the easy humming sound of hum or or. Feel your sternum bone vibrate under your hand. Continue to breathe. Make an ah sound while patting your chest repeatedly with your hand. When you find the place where your chest vibrates, let yourself go with the full body Tarzan cry, oh, 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 beating your chest vigorously. Lay your hands lightly on your belly. Take a good fresh breath. Make the sound f on the out breath. F is a fricative. The upper teeth will rub on the lower lips, form a friction out there. The slit or the position which is there in between the teeth and the lips, the sound of the air, it rushes out from behind. This sound is the friction sound that comes out. Keep your hands in gentle contact with your belly to monitor the smooth flow of the air. Repeat the steps, take your time, and then go into the sound. In this, along with the you're also adding a vocal sound. It is the sound of the You can feel a vibration in your Adam's apple. Speak from the same place from where the sound you made, like Veronica loves to play chess. Hear how the tone is low and it resonates in your chest. During resonance practice, imagine that you're breathing into the resonating place and connecting with this energy before you speak. Connect with the energy before you speak. Think of confidence and strength as you breathe into the resonance in your chest. Centering in on your chest resonance is difficult if you fear expressing opinions that people may disagree with. Listen to others in the public arena and you can hear how their voices slip away from strong resonance in their chest to a slightly higher place in the body when they lose confidence. Being able to produce the chest voice is about trusting yourself to state your case firmly without being swayed by what others think. When trust is absent, your voice sometimes tells the truth more surely than your words. Something like this happened with Tony Blair, who was the Prime Minister at the time. He was an excellent speaker. He carried the audiences with him. His voice had the quality that many people would warm up towards him. However, the voice of the truth never came out on that day. When he was asked in the media interviews to justify his decisions over the war in Iraq, you can hear how his voice tightens, thins, instead of resounding clearly in the chest. Why? Because Blair reveals that there is a discomfort even as he states his case with emphasis, ultimately creating a feeling of uncertainty as you listen to him. The trust is absent, the truth is absent, and you can feel it in his voice. Your tone is usually a fairly accurate indicator of your enthusiasm. Have a listen to other people. If nothing excites them, you find their voices don't go up much. If you know someone whose life is a roller coaster swinging up and down, around and around, you can feel and hear a voice that sweeps up and down with the changes of the mood, perhaps even without a single sentence or phrase. Teachers recognize the children's characteristics through their tone in the classrooms. The quiet, low voices of the timid and the high have to speak. Tones of me, miss, I know the answer. Another vital use of higher resonance is to give your voice stronger carrying power. The more you want your voice to project, the more you need to include the resonance of your nose, of your cheeks, of the bones at the front of your face, which is your mask. I don't mean that you are just those high tones, but they join with your chest resonance to give your voice a brightness, which will help you in projecting yourself well. Whenever a speaker is genuinely speaking from the heart, with feeling, you hear the soft edge, low-pitched tones of the resonance. You hear this in voices of Nelson Mandela, who once said that a good head and a good heart are a formidable combination. Conductor Ben Zander, and the politician Shirley Williams, they provide the examples of heartfelt voices. I introduced to you what is called the voice of the heart. You display a different kind of energy when you care about something. You display different kind of energy, and especially the colors of the voice. It gives a deeper sound, a softer, persuasive edge. Emotion has a way of traveling straight from your heart into the hearts of your listeners. Voice is colored by emotional energy in every kind of communication. Even in classical singing, an art characterized by extremely difficult technique, the most adored singers are those who put heart and soul into their voices. The most famous tenor, Jose Carreras, suggested that singing from the soul is what distinguishes the good from the great. Or as the poet Maya Angelou used to say, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will always remember how you made them feel. Speaking from your heart is simply about feeling while speaking. Okay, try to choose someone or something you love or care about, or even just think about it. Think about a person you know. Think about an animal, place that is special to you. Think about an activity you enjoy that allows you to feel or a cause that you passionately care. Choose any of the subjects and imagine you have to give a talk on it. Absorb yourself in enjoyable memories of the subject for a moment. Take a couple of minutes to talk about your passion. You may not instantly switch on to your passion, but don't worry, you get it. You are into it, you'll talk about it. Think especially of what you enjoy, what you care about, what turns you on, what moves you. After you finish, ask your audience what it was like for them to listen to you. Most listeners discover that they are moved by a speaker who employs this kind of feeling. Even if the subject isn't one they usually relate to, feelings are extremely contagious. Even feelings can do with practice. The next time you experience or remember a happy time, take a few moments to relive the emotions, enjoy them, amplify them. File away the experience of happiness in your mind so you can recall. Use it later. Do the same with other positive emotions such as determination, confidence, joy, and empathy. The emotion of fear gets in the way of other emotions. Fear makes you self-conscious. It leads you to try to make an impression rather than honestly feel a feeling. A true connection goes out of the window. The biggest fear is that if you feel an emotion deep, you won't be able to cope with it in the front of other people. So you end up suppressing the emotions. Emotional agility is the key. It's a shame if you do this. A heartfelt communication is beautiful and powerful. This is what we call the music of the voice. Whether you're speaking to a group or to one person, after you do dare to share your emotion, you release yourself from performance expectations, all those shoulds and shouldn'ts. You realize that a real connection has been established and can let go and enjoy the experience. The same is true for everyone who listens to you. I do that already. I don't believe in going by the book. Whatever that comes to me, whatever that I feel, I share with you. If you find yourself intimidated by the process of discovering aspects of yourself that you haven't given expression to, consider the power of as if. We use this in method acting. One of the great theatre directors, Konstantin Stanislavski, who is known as the pioneer of method acting, he said that the key to unlocking the imagination is to unlock the imagination. You don't have to commit to it being a particular way. You just try it on for a while. If you were happy right now, how would that be? How would you stand? How would you sit? How would you move? What your gestures will be? What your body language will be? What your expressions will be? What would you think? How would you feel? How would you speak? When you follow the as if path, nothing is off limits and everything is possible. Thank you so much for listening. Take care and have a good day. In the next podcast, we'll be talking about how you can uncover your unique voice. Thank you, take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.